Now. She's good. Hello, everyone. Welcome to She's Good, the podcast. My name is Julia.
I'm Mary Beth.
I'm Katie. From the phone.
We've got a jam-packed episode coming at you with a full-on Olympics recap. I remember saying in the last episode that we were gonna maybe do a few of these every couple of days, do shorter episodes and stuff.
Listen, we were busy watching the Olympics.
The amount that we can't schedule time for the three of us to be together, it's a lot.
It's true. And you should know Katie's joined us by phone because her power is out again.
Exactly.
She has risen from the dead. She is here with us, but she is still with no power. It has been stormy in Michigan.
True.
It's truly been so bad, and that is what we're talking about, the dedication that we have to this podcast. Like we said, we can't go one more day without giving the people an Olympics recap from the She's Good 3 that Katie threw on her generator, made sure that her dad's steaks in the freezer were okay, and then charged her phone in her car, and then called in from Zoom's really, really handy dial-in feature. So that brings us to
And I do have to say, it is weird that I cannot see you guys, and I do not like it.
What do you imagine Julia's background is, if you had to guess?
Oh, I love this game.
I imagine it is Simone Biles having opted out of the team competition, cheering on her fellow teammates going for gold.
That is incorrect.
I don't know what it is.
Man,
but that would have been a good one.
Sinclair? Is it Christine Sinclair?
No, it is not.
Fuck. Really pouring on all of this. Keep going. I want you to.
It is a good one.
Is it Raven, the shot putter?
No, it is not.
No. Oh my God, what have I done?
Go more on brand for this podcast.
Is it Subert and Diana Taurasi?
I don't know if they're in this picture, but oh yeah, when she moves, there is Subert.
But it's the
basketball team.
And is it Megan and Sue kissing?
No, it's not.
Oh my God, I really need you to take over
team.
this job of finding a picture for this podcast, Katie.
It's the women's U.S. basketball team celebrating a gold medal. Is it their sixth in a row or their seventh? I don't remember.
Seven times 4, everybody. 28 years. These basketball players.
I bet it would be 24 years actually, because you start at 0.
Oh, that's
this
annoying.
Is something that confuses me constantly, and now I've learned it, so I have to flaunt my knowledge.
I'm actually really glad that you corrected me.
I was so glad that after they won gold, that there was a lot of Instagram content. I appreciated that.
Yeah.
Them celebrating. Asia Wilson posted some videos that were really funny.
Them on the plane. That was great.
Them on the plane. Yeah.
They showed us all of it. Probably though, because the Olympics were over at that point, so they couldn't get in trouble for it. Because there was a no drinking unless you're in your room by yourself rule.
Wait, okay. I feel like I didn't see all these Instagrams.
Oh, too late now, Julia.
Dang. Wait, I did see some though. You know what I saw? You know what I thought was
made a video.
Oh, certainly the YouTube crazies have downloaded them all for you.
You are so right. After the Dash won the first Challenge Cup. Okay, this is what I did watch though. Chelsea Gray had went live.
Yes, I did see a little bit of that.
Wait, I think I sent you guys that maybe. But that really was the funniest thing to me. And
yes.
Brittany, guys, we're gonna have some structure to this podcast, but I'm sorry we haven't talked in forever.
Are we though?
I mean,
Are
we even? Because do we remember? I feel like the Olympics have lasted this full 20 years, 24 years or whatever. And I was thinking about softball and I was trying to remember the score and what happened. And I was like, was that this year? It was 2 weeks ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Like
no way
softball
of
was done
knowing.
before basketball even started.
I know. Everyone should know that
Yeah.
we did. I have not slept really. I did watch all of the Olympics in the middle of the night because you know I hate a spoiler. You guys joined me for the soccer and the basketball.
Yeah. Yeah,
And I
we
did a
did.
lot of waking up at unnatural times and then just still being awake always.
Yeah.
And I don't
How-
remember.
Yeah, and I feel like
Go, Katie.
I feel like it's very like much my brand to wake up early and watch stuff. And I'm gonna be honest, I did not fulfill that obligation to my brand because I wanted to sleep.
I understand. Should we start with soccer? Because that's what I think of first, is that it was so funny to me that you guys woke up for all of them except for the medal game.
Oh my God. Yeah, Katie.
Yeah.
Which was like the one exciting good game. You guys slept through that, but you woke up for all of the terrible 3 a.m.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah. Yeah, Katie and I, the three of us woke up for everything. I will say there were a few. Let's do our sleep woes real quick. For me, the very first game, it was first US game. It was this was when they were playing Sweden. Oh my God, we did already talk about this.
Yeah,
but
that's the
I
one
will
you fell
say,
asleep, right?
I fell asleep at halftime. I closed my eyes for the halftime show and did not come back.
It was
And
okay
it was
to
probably
miss
for the
out.
best. Yeah.
Honestly, though, we did talk about this. Oh, there we go. She changed it to the Canadian gold medal winning soccer team, which I am so happy for them.
Yeah, me too.
I am
But
ecstatic.
going back to that Sweden game, like I loved that game, even though it wasn't the team I was rooting for that won. Like, it was still such a good game for Sweden. Like, had that been the other way around where the US beat Sweden like that, like, we would still be talking about how great that game was. It was
are
exciting to watch. It was
Oh,
entertaining.
for sure. That's why I think
did love
part
it.
of why I enjoyed watching teams that weren't the U.S. in the Olympics more than I enjoyed watching the U.S.
Yeah.
because I didn't feel as much of an emotional like.
Yeah.
You could just enjoy the soccer.
What? Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say, like, yes, the US played poorly in that game, and arguably that could be what messed them up for the whole rest of the tournament, is being so in their heads about losing 3-0 in the opening game of the Olympics. There were a lot of VAR really came to get us.
Yes, that is true. Karma was on our dang heels.
Yeah, there was a lot of really great goals that turned out not to be goals. They were all offside. I want to say we got to like 10 of them that were overturned were in the tournament. I don't know if that's the correct number. I know there were 4.
I think it was 8
in the game against.
yeah.
There were 4 in the game against New Zealand alone. But that one they won 6-1, right?
Yeah, New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the next game, their first game versus Australia, boring as heck for us to watch in the middle of the night, but we found out they were just following the game plan. It just wasn't the game plan that we would enjoy to watch in the middle of the night.
Much to the chagrin of every U.S. women's national team fan
Yes.
and probably player.
They did play for the tie. And they got it.
They played Yeah. And I think I kind of brought this up to you guys in our text thread, but like, I wonder, so it seemed like the U.S. kind of like figured some stuff out a little bit in their, was it the Netherlands game or was it the game? I don't know. A game
did well
after the draw with.
They did well.
Yeah, so I think it was the Netherlands
quarterfinal,
game.
right? And they did well. They tied 2-2. They went to penalties and they won on penalties thanks to Queen Ellison there, who saved a bunch.
Yeah. So so I feel like they figured stuff out in that Netherlands game, and I do wonder if they had actually tried to win that Australia game, maybe they could have figured some of that stuff out a game earlier, and had a better game against Canada and maybe been in contention for the silver or the gold medal instead of bronze. But whatever.
When you look at the Canada game, though, too, like they didn't even, I would say they were the better team in that game. They just had like a shitty circumstance of like a really dicey penalty that Canada got. But
I don't think anyone is looking at that game being like, oh, finally, the team we know showed up to play. It was like, they were better, but also Canada wasn't that good. I mean, the thing is, Canada probably stuck to their game plan too, and did well to prevent goals from the US, did well. I mean, they executed everything they came out to do. So I keep saying that it's like, not that they were that impressive, but
Canada's
they did.
Defense this tournament was so good.
This game against Canada was not that different than the game against Canada a few months ago. Like Canada was just as much in control in that one as they were in this one. And Bev Priestman even said when they played that game, they saw stuff that they could exploit, and then they worked on it, and that's what they did. And they won the game, and look at them, gold medal champions. Super happy for them.
Yeah.
Following it all through Kaylin Sheridan's Instagram content. It's very good.
Oh, yeah.
Julia, I cannot.
Yeah, I have to say I'm very happy. I was very happy that Canada won. That was just, it felt like, it just felt good, you know? It was like Christine Sinclair should have a gold medal or like should win a major tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. She has to get this recognition. I mean, she's, oh God, I
agree. I always find myself rooting for the Canadians, even though, like, if you ask all of the athletes, whenever they're asked that question, they always say they're their biggest rivals and they hate losing to Canada. But I enjoy Canada. It's like another city away from us. It's not even like another country. So like it feels local, and all of the many players on the Canadian team we watch in the NWSL, like it feels familiar. It feels like
Which can we just
the home team a little bit.
Can we just chat real quick, because Megan Rapinoe was getting so much shit from people for like.
I wanted to talk about this too, Julia.
Let's do it.
Post Canada game, after their loss to Canada, Megan was the one that was interviewed after, right after by whoever it was. And she said a couple things like, just always really sucks to lose to Canada. You never want to do that. I don't think I've ever lost to Canada. And then goes on to be like, but there's still a lot to play for, blah, blah, blah. The internet, like, it acted as if she goes, Canada's the worst team in the entire world. There's no way they should be. It was like, they came after her like Megan Rapinoe's canceled. She's no longer the player you think she is. She's no role model. She's a sassy little thing.
She hates Canada.
A sassy little thing. Really, she's just like, they're our rivals and it sucks to lose to them. She didn't say they were bad.
Yeah.
Also, Subway sandwiches.
Something. I thought I like missed an interview or something, and I was like trying to find it, and it was just that.
No,
they're just like looking.
People just want to be mad about something.
Because now Subway's trying to cancel Megan Rapinoe also. Not the franchise, the actual company, but like the franchise owners.
Wait, really?
Yeah, there's franchise owners that it's probably like 3 of them, and it's just the news is blowing it up, but they want her off the commercials because they say they're losing business, but I doubt it.
Are you kidding me?
I doubt it. The only places I've seen it reported are in like conservative publications.
Yeah. Oh,
so I don't believe that that's the actual case, but it just made me laugh that they're like, she's ruining Subway. As though Subway's mascot was not a pedophile for like 20 years.
I know.
How dare you have
bring back Jared.
Player.
Fuck this woman. Let's bring back Jared.
Oh God, that'll get us business.
God, yeah. I think here's my takeaway on the whole thing. We've had some time to like, if we would have done this podcast at earlier on, I think it would have been more fired up and like whatever.
Totally.
But coming off of this like performance from the US, like, you know what? One of the main takeaways is like, it's actually okay for them to have an off tournament. I know we've talked about this, but like it's okay. And then also like There's a lot of things that could have potentially gone wrong. I mean, we've talked about this at length, and I think like one of the main things too is other teams came to play while we basically came with zero tricks up our sleeve. Vlatko made like no interesting moves. Not to blame it on him at all. I think he deserves a second chance, but I think he kind of went in like being like, okay, well then like this is the team. And I know
we'll
this
just do what we did. Yeah.
I know this is sort of beat to death, but that there was like no joy in this team. Like that was like the brunt of it.
Right.
Well, I think something also,
and I think that was the hardest part, like, of watching it was like, I'm not saying like I want them to lose ever, but like, I'm okay with them losing if they're outplayed and they're, you know, and they still are like, it just looks like they gave up during games.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have that same like ruthlessness or like even just like you said, Julia, joy that they typically play with that makes them so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess like I have been like on team, they'll be fine. The whole tournament, like it's not a big deal. They can lose a little bit and they're still like ranked number 1, like they're still okay. They'll be fine. But I think that's something that we people don't necessarily consider. Like, yeah, they're great, they're the best team in the world, but that's because there hasn't been investment in other teams, and now that that's starting to happen in other countries, they're getting better. It's harder. Like they're gonna they can't always win. They're gonna lose. And that was a long win streak, but like, sorry. It happened. They'll pull it together, I'm sure. And if not, and then there's like fall games coming up. If they don't look better in them, I'm sure they'll do some restructuring. But I think
I just hope they start to bring in newer blood and give younger people a chance to kind of get in the mix, because
absolutely
part of my like issue with the roster, some of the decisions on the roster, is that like people were saying like, oh, this player, you know, shows up in big moments and, you know, makes an impact on a big stage or in big moments. But it's like, you know, those players are always given the big moments. Like other players can show up in big moments. And I mean, look at Lynn Williams. She had an assist and a goal.
Lynn Williams
in the Netherlands game. Like,
saved all of your asses. All of your asses. And yet the headline is about how Carly Lloyd scored a couple goals and then did some sprints after a game.
Or Megan Rapinoe scored the last penalty shot, as though like Alyssa Nair didn't save all of the penalties.
That
to, like,
was
get
baffling
them there.
to me after that game, where Megan really did not
just
play
like
well.
Scored the last one that everyone else also scored. But
everyone else scored
the one that the news knows. So
totally, because she was the last penalty kicker, she got the glory. But I totally agree.
Yeah, I do agree they need to bring in new people. I don't think it'll happen until after the fall games, or at least not like on a large, they won't do like a large scale reboot of the team until after the fall games.
I think you're probably right.
And I'm fully prepared for them to like this coming. I'm not expecting them to win the next World Cup either. Like if you know, they need to bring in new people, and if that means they don't do as well at the next World Cup, that's fine, because there's another World Cup after that, you know, like
totally.
It's about the future of the program and like, you know, the sport. It's not just about like, I don't know.
Every program has restructuring periods. It happens if you remember I showed you that post where it like was showing like the winning what they won at each championship, and it was like third place all the time, or like knocked out in the quarterfinals at one point. Like it happens every few championships, but I don't know. Every team has a restructuring period. The only people that do roll over well are Grey's Anatomy and Degrassi. That's the only seamless rollover I've ever seen.
This is the only reason.
Should call up Shonda Rhimes and say,
have her pick the roster. How do we get some people, wean some people off the team while we introduce the new people? It'll be a seamless transition. You won't even notice anyone's gone. Shonda, tell us.
This would be huge, Shonda. That would truly be so amazing if they just did that. But
Please
okay,
don't kill any of them off, but like just have them leave for another doctor's office or something.
yeah, they might go play somewhere else. They're still gonna play in the
Yeah.
NWSL.
It'll be fine.
Oh shoot, I feel like I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, there were two things. I'll start here is like the main here's the one thing that like it's not insane that they lost this. I think I was just like really hoping for that sort of first team to ever do it back to back World Cup and then Olympics. It felt like so much was like possible for them.
Yeah.
At following that World Cup, like they seemed untouchable to where like how cool would it be if they just went back to back? But it was just very clear that like I think the year off probably actually in the end did not help them with like older players.
With
and
chemistry
stuff.
at least.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, and that's got to be so hard for especially people who are at the end of their career.
Yeah,
They can say as much as
momentum.
they want that the year off like helped them or whatever. But at the end of the day, like that's 1 year where you are like extending your career for like an Olympics that like you build up for 3 years beforehand.
Yeah. Like it maybe extended their career for a year, but the team was not able to be together, so they lose a little bit of chemistry.
Yeah.
And whatever. But I truly, we can speculate like nonstop about all of the different reasons, and like it just comes down to they just didn't do it this tournament, but they still won a bronze medal that last game. 4-3 was it? I think so. I got against Australia. Great game, exciting to watch. They were playing back like themselves again. Like I'm not worried about them, and I don't think that even if they bring in new players and restructure, I would not count them out for the next World Cup, winning the next World Cup.
No,
I have faith in them.
But just at the expense of like winning at the expense of you saw that strategy not really work out this time around. So it would Katie and Mary Beth, you both.
That was like if you're gonna bring those players like that maybe should have been phased out, then you better fucking win, you know.
And there's so many young players they can bring in. There's also so many players that used to play for the national team that don't anymore, that are just like crushing it this season in the NWSL, I feel. So like there's really
but a lot of times
such
I feel
a
like
wide
that doesn't
pool.
matter.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is there's such a wide pool of people that they can choose from to like bring in.
That's always true.
That's like the same, and we know that if Vlatko remains the coach, which I think he will, and I think he deserves to have that chance. There's like a couple games, but we know that he's willing to do that. That's how Chrissy Mewis got on the team, is she proved herself in the NWSL, even though like she hadn't played. So like it's just a matter of like what kind of team chemistry they're looking for and how they want to play, I think.
The last thing I'll say on it is I think what worries me more than like the team doing well, like I know they're going to be fine and who cares if other teams are getting better. The public support surrounding them, if people start like talking crap or like anything like that, I think that's the piece that kind of worries me, that like this team has had so much pressure and such high expectations on them for so long, where like the public, it's been easy to support them for like, you know, bandwagon or fair weather fans, where like, you know, amidst their equal pay battle and all of this stuff, are we going to lose the chunk of people who are just like, all I care about is winning. So if this team is winning, great. But if not, like, their dynasty is over.
I don't think so, because I feel like those people that behave that way are like they don't actually follow that often. Like they only pop in for the big tournaments, I feel. But I guess I don't know. I don't understand the behavior, so I don't like.
Louder.
Yeah,
they're just
right.
Totally. But it's got to be like so hard for them too. Half of the country was rooting against them. Like on top of all the pressure of like trying to win and all of this stuff, you've got all these people that are like openly saying like, fuck you, you're gonna lose, you're not patriotic. Like don't
true,
kneel,
though?
as
because
though,
like if that's the case, then I feel like that would fire them up more than anything.
I feel like it's got to be on the back of your mind to add to the pressure, though. Like it might fire you up, but like now,
Pressure-wise,
like if
okay,
you,
yeah, I see.
I feel like the name of the game at this Olympics was pressure and stress, and
It was a mental
Yeah.
game. Yeah. That they just, yeah.
Totally, for so many teams. Mary Beth and I touched on this a little bit in the last one, but like
yeah,
it seemed that way for so many, especially US athletes, like
mm-hmm.
just pressure I think was a huge theme on this,
Yeah.
and like we need to assess the way that we're dealing with these athletes.
Yeah, and we saw like a lot of people come away like they still like won medals. Like the US still won their bronze medal. Simone Biles came back and she got her bronze medal, and like arguably like that's the coolest medal in my I don't know about her, but like in my opinion, to like struggle and then be able to come back and get a medal.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Like that's great for her. And she's like now championing mental health and like kind of bringing attention to what athletes go through, and I think that that's like a huge legacy for her now on top of winning.
Totally.
Is like everything else she's brought to it. So I don't remember, had gymnastics started when we did the last one, Julia? I don't even think so. So I don't know that we even, sorry everyone. When I say I don't know what's happening, I really like it's all a blur. If you don't know, which how could you not know? Simone Biles tried to do she messed up her vault. She got the twisties. The twisties are when you don't know where you are in the air, you don't know how to land, you can't control your body, you can really hurt yourself. So she dropped out of the team tournament. They still won a silver medal. That honestly was a great moment for them too, I think, because of the way
that was amazing.
Stepped up and were able to come away with that silver. And like dropping out, like it's not even like she gave up on her team. It's like, I know that I'm gonna mess this up for you. You guys have to
hurt myself.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hurt myself.
And also she didn't leave her team. Like she didn't abandon. Like she was there on the sidelines cheering them on. Like she went over to them and she was like, I know you guys can do this. You do not need me. You're capable. Yeah. And then they went and they won the fucking
She was right. Yeah. And then for all of the events going forward and the all around, she was right there. You could hear her cheering, not just for her teammates, but for the other countries competing. Like you could always hear her screaming for them. So
yeah,
it felt really like, you know, that movie Stick It.
Yeah. I can talk about Stick It all day, every day, and I do, and it's not just during the Olympics. I do it all the time. Laura can vouch for
it. It felt very much like a Stick It moment at the end where they're all like, yeah.
It was exactly Stick It, and I loved it every second. But yep. So let's see. Simone got her team. She still got a medal with the team because she's still part of the team. She got her silver and her bronze. Suni Lee got a gold and a bronze along with her silver.
And she's amazing.
She got the gold in the all around, right? And then the bronze was I don't remember what it was. Floor?
Yeah, maybe.
Or uneven bars? I don't remember.
Oh, maybe uneven bars.
It was maybe uneven bars.
That sounds sort of right.
Sorry if we're wrong.
Yeah.
No, I believe you're correct. It was uneven bars.
Who else? Jade Carey did not do well on her vault, but she came back to get the gold on floor. She crushed it. I believe that was that. And then Michaela Skinner got a silver in something. I don't remember what.
Gymnastics.
Silver in gymnastics. And artistic gymnastics and event.
Yeah.
That might have been uneven bars. Or vault. I don't know. Sorry, world.
Well, she does have that commercial too where she
I
know. She does
uneven.
She also won gold in that commercial where the guy threw his frisbee on the roof.
That's Michaela Maroney.
Oh fuck. They're different?
They are different people.
Yeah, she was at the 2012 Olympics where she was like unsatisfied.
She got her silver.
Remember her face? I love it.
Yeah, she recently she posted on Instagram. She did this whole 10-minute long backstory of what was going on there, and apparently she was like injured when she did that, and like was telling us all this dirt on gymnastics in like an effort to give us the backstory of like why it was a big deal that Simone Biles was like taking care of herself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she
I
really
love that
was
a lot of gymnasts were coming out
Yeah.
and being like, you guys don't even know. Can you even imagine like explaining what getting lost in the air is and like how
Yeah.
dangerous it would be if you're not confident going into this?
Listen, I can tell you that I would say in the past year to 2 years, I've done exactly 2 somersaults because every once in a while I'll be like, let's try to do a somersault. And every time I make it over and then my body just flops onto the ground so hard and I always get hurt just from a somersault. So I cannot imagine doing that in the air and then landing inappropriately and breaking your
Yeah,
body.
it's not worth even trying, honestly.
I also am
So
not
I never
convinced
tried.
that Simone Biles will not be back in Paris for vault and floor. I think it's going to happen.
You know,
she's hinted
I
at
just
it a
want
little
her to,
bit.
like, go be happy and
Well, I think
leave
that
gymnastics behind.
I think that if I think that she would do that in a way that like that would make her happy. Like I think she's not going to do it because anyone wants her to. I think she's going to do it. She had mentioned before, like her coaches are from Paris and like they've been trying to talk her into it. This was before the Olympics that she was talking about it, but I do think she has the skills to do it. And it may be if she comes out of it with a full different perspective that she's interested in trying one more time. But I do think that if she were to do it, it would be 100% for her and she doesn't care about anyone else. I don't think she'd go on the team though. She would go just for those events.
Yeah, I did read too that like part of the reason she like wanted to come to Tokyo was because she wanted to like, as someone who's a survivor of Larry Nassar's abuse, she wanted to like hold USA Gymnastics accountable.
Yes, I think that.
So I really don't want her to feel like she has to like go to Paris.
Right.
To, like,
I don't either. I'm saying I think that if she were to do it, it would be 100% just like, let me like fuck everyone. I'm gonna go do this one more time and like do it for me and do it like the right way.
I can see that. So I have a question sort of about that. I feel like, let me just talk through it. Once an athlete, or really I think this can be true in any scenario, once you like feel like you have that pressure of having to perform for someone else, or your success hinges, or like everything hinges on your success. I feel like it's deathly hard to like get out of that. And I think Simone Biles has a real opportunity to be out of that because of this Olympics. I mean, not that I see that anything that I'm not saying that she had like what she went through this Olympics, like that it's a good thing or that she had to, but there are good repercussions out of it because I think it helped like it helped this conversation happen for every single athlete that's going through the same thing. And I think people really just sort of backed her in a huge way, which would
she came out she even came out and said on Instagram like just thanking people for support, and she even said like, this made me realize that I'm more than gymnastics, you know, like and I think that's huge, like that. So I totally agree there. I'm just so proud of her, and I don't know her, and I just think she's like, and it has nothing to do with gymnastics, you know. It's like if she never did any gymnastics ever again, she would still be the greatest gymnast of all time, and she has this like incredible legacy of like inspiring other people to take care of themselves, and that's, I think, huge.
In the words of Taylor Swift, removing herself from the situation made her more of a hero.
Yes, Swift.
It's true.
And then I know we like already sort of touched on this. I just want to like say that like what this brings out, I know probably anyone listening to this is going to feel the exact same way. So I don't feel like I really even need to say it, but it just is really sad to think about, or like this sort of situation brings out those people who are like a little bit too obsessed with like their country. It's like so, Simone is like this God, and all of these athletes are just like objects of like winning hashtag. And then once they're not, it's like they become I don't know, it's so sickening to me that like
I hate that behavior.
like
I'm very team. These are humans that we don't know. Yeah. Like
it's also
relax.
always people who could never do, obviously it's always people who could never do anything near what these athletes are capable of.
Have you guys, did I ever send you
like, what?
Yeah. Did I ever send you the clips from Katie Nolan's show where like she would track down people who tweeted things like tearing people apart and then make them do, there's like one where someone's like, oh, I could have kicked that field goal. I can't believe he missed it. And she tracked them down without telling them why they were going to be on the show and then made them try to kick the field goal. And they were always so bad.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yes, that was
or
amazing.
like someone like said they could like someone didn't run fast enough, so she made them like try to run as like I feel like that was one of them. Maybe I'm making it up. Maybe it was a dream. I don't know, but
very funny.
Look for them.
The whole concept is amazing.
No, you're not going to do any better. But yeah, I do. Sorry, Julia, just expanding on that. I am very much of the opinion that we need to remember that these people are humans and this is hard and they're competing against other humans that like are very good, and let's give them a break. What's happening?
Oh my God, I thought Katie's audio wasn't recording. I thought I got a note that said that. Never mind.
Oh, no.
I think it's fine. I think we're just gonna
I've said some amazing things.
Yeah. No.
There's always just a silence. We just seem fully insane. We've taken our bit to another level where we're pretending Katie is here.
Oh my God. And then it's like layers where she can just like record her parts after.
That would be wild too, because of the times that like we've had a conversation back and forth, Katie, or like I've been like, no, and like who am I saying that to if they cannot hear it? I pray.
Just avoid.
I'm so sorry. Can you say what you were saying again?
No, I don't remember.
No, we'll be able to listen to it back. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Should we talk a little bit about basketball?
Would love.
Yes, please do.
3 and 5-on-5.
Oh man, I still insist on calling it 3-on-3. I will not say 3x3.
There's no way I can call it 3x3.
I did discover, for the pod, I did discover that it is called 3x3, not 3-on-3 or like 3, basketball. And I was appalled, and I shared it with Julia and Mary Beth, and they also did not like it, but basically the U.S. team kind of rolled on through the 3x3 competition and snatched up the gold medal. And that was, okay, 3x3 is really fun to watch because it's only about like 10 minutes long, and
it's very fast paced, very exciting.
It's so fast paced. It's really exciting. And I was like, I'm obsessed with this.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it's just like, looks like a pickup game, but with like really good people.
Yeah.
Yes. I even watched the men's 3x3 gold medal.
Oh,
nice.
Very off brand for you.
It's so off brand. It was the only men's thing that I saw the whole Olympics.
Really?
Yes.
Not even any. You didn't watch any track and field? I watched a little.
Or like swimming.
No,
I didn't watch any swimming.
I didn't. I watched the ladies, but I didn't watch the men.
Well, I commend your commitment to the cause.
There's just too much stuff. There's too much stuff.
But 3-on-3 is so right. And like one thing I kind of loved about it. Oh, did you have more to say?
No, I did not.
Okay. Well, maybe you will after I say this thing. One thing I loved about it is like you got to think about you got four players, obviously one son, who are on this team. So you got to choose like your most versatile. It's sort of different than like a 5-on. I mean, there's different strategy. And Carol Larson, is that who coached them? Carol,
I think
Larson,
so.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, first of all, loved her. Second of all, like, yeah, like the thought of like what personnel are you like taking for this? Because there are people who are switching. I mean, there's so many picks, and
Yeah.
these players are just doing everything for 10 whole minutes or slightly less if they win first. And it's just like,
And on top of like what all the shit they're doing, the coach is not allowed to speak to them during the game.
wait, what?
Yeah, the coach isn't allowed to coach them during the game, so it's all stuff that like they've had to establish beforehand. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, just the nature of how fast it is and like whatever. There's like, yeah, it's
Just
crazy.
gotta sit back and
just to
hope.
make it even more like pickup game type deal.
Yeah.
It feels like it.
That's so cool.
Can I do love that. Can I say my one takeaway from 3-on-3? So I only watched because it kept being like at times where I needed to sleep at some point. So it was either then or like during something else. But I only watched the gold medal game and I had to watch it back. I didn't watch it live. And they played twins, which we love sisters.
Which I was obsessed with.
Yeah,
After
but then
I
I found out that there was so many sisters in the Olympics, so many twins, so many twins. And then at one point, so those sisters, the twin sisters that they played, the US played, they were on like Russia or something, or Russia, but disclaimer, because they're not allowed to be Russia Olympic Committee or something. It was Russia. It was Russia being punished. But it was their birthday. And someone said, I don't know if it was that game or if it was a different one. Someone was like, how many Olympians can say they played at the gold medal game on their birthday? And after that, I swear every single gold medal game I watched, it was their birthday. It was someone's birthday. So I was like, there are so many. Like, take back your statement.
You're like, quite a few.
At least 6.
But honestly, though, you guys, okay. There's been like studies shown, I think this might only be for like certain maybe regions and maybe only the US, but like if you're born in, like in the summer or something, you tend to be better at sports because of the cutoff dates. Like they did this whole study about how
of like when you play in sports or like what grade you're in.
Both. I think that it was one or the other. I don't know, but
that makes sense because you're like at a little bit of an advantage.
You're a little bit older than
and especially
that's
as
why I had
kids,
to go
like that really makes a difference.
Yeah,
if you get to play up, like or play down while all your peers, whatever it is. But there was a study that was saying that. I don't know. We'll try and look it up. And like
that's interesting. That's interesting. That's why.
I mean, I don't know that that's why we saw birthdays at the Olympics, but I will say, might not be.
I buy it.
Second,
I say let's make it fact.
Okay, stamp it.
Fact. Stamp it. Fact.
Okay, we've done it. Okay, but secondly, I also don't think it's that weird that there are siblings at the Olympics. I really don't.
I don't either. Like it's clearly like they are just genetically inclined to be athletic, and then their families encourage them in the same way.
That and okay. One, you have like a built-in very good athlete in your home that you always get to play against as well.
Yeah.
2, also, I heard, it costs a lot of money to play certain sports. And when you got a family that's able to pay for it, then that's a built-in whatever. I heard that the MUI, parents paid like $18,000 per kid every year for them to like play at that top levels.
That's so nuts. I guess
it's so cost prohibitive for people. That's part of why diversity is so lacking in a lot of sports.
Yeah, not even just sports though, but like you look at there's no reason why, or there's no mystery as to why like there's acting dynasties and why it's because people can like invest their time and money in learning how to do that.
Totally.
Because then
not even that, they can just be like, give my kid a job. Like they don't even have to be good. At least with like an athlete, you have to actually be good.
It's very much an opportunity situation.
But giving any actor the benefit of the doubt, let's say you even I think the point still stands that on education, or you're paying for the resources for the kids to get in front of these people,
Yes.
which is essentially what you said, Katie.
Like,
But all I'm
and like
saying
any
is, like,
art,
whether
anything.
it's you're given the exactly anything.
Anything
I worked at
that
Blue Cross
takes
because my
a lot
mom
of
did.
Perfect. Anything that takes like a lot of like time and commitment and money to perfect a craft, I think there's an advantage there. But like obviously there's some sports that it's not as expensive. Like look at Michigan, like the biggest sport is hockey. Like who the fuck can afford to play hockey?
Totally.
It's so expensive. And then it's like a real hustle otherwise if you don't have the money. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yep. So true.
Whatever.
So true.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out that 3v3 team.
Yeah.
Sorry I didn't say X.
Yeah, they were great. It was really fun to watch them. And then the basketball team won their 7th consecutive gold medal.
Yeah, they did.
Ooh, ooh. That was crazy.
And that's
expected, but
5 consecutive goals for DT and Sue Bird.
Yeah,
which is no other athlete has done it.
Not in basketball. Is it just basketball or is it any?
I thought it was any athlete.
Basketball.
I have no idea.
5 consecutive
basketball. What I saw. I saw basketball. I don't know.
No.
I don't know the stat,
You might be right.
That is correct. Sure. I'm not sure. No, I'm sure not. I mean
it seems. It makes sense that
it seems like other sports would be difficult to pull that off, 5 gold medals in a row, but I don't know the answer.
I would only think like Michael, I don't know, when did Michael Phelps start?
Yeah. But did he win
or someone like that
consecutively in an event 5 straight times?
I mean,
Like did he do that? Like he won a gold every time, but I think I don't think his first Olympics he did. I think he maybe bronzed that one, which I will say aesthetically bronze is my favorite medal. Does anyone agree with me on that? Not like victory wise. I understand that gold is the best victory wise, but aesthetically I
think the Japan's medals, yes. I can't speak to other ones because I think they all kind of look different. But the U.S. Women's national soccer team, they were calling them rose gold.
They were.
But they did look rose gold.
Yeah.
There was like a tint.
I prefer the more muted tone of the bronze.
It might be only basketball players.
Well, Diana has not ruled out a 6th. She keeps saying she's going to Paris. She also keeps saying Sue's going to Paris, even though Sue says she is not going to Paris.
I know. It's one of my favorite things about her.
It is 3 years. It's 3 years away. So that would put her, I mean, I think it's doable for her as long as she can stay healthy.
I think there comes a time when you just have to move aside and make room for the next generation.
You're right on that, but I feel like if anyone's gonna not do that, it's Diana Taurasi.
Right.
Well, it's Carly Lloyd, but it's
Carly Lloyd who has not done that. I think Carly is going to retire shortly.
I'm just saying she should not go to Paris.
I agree with you. Go out on a big old bang like this.
I will say when Carly left that last match while you guys were sound asleep, her crew, all the coaches gave her a standing ovation, which makes me think she will be retiring soon.
I feel like she basically said that.
Sooner. Yeah, I think she's done. Sooner.
I'm over her, so
maybe after
I don't care.
After the fall games, or maybe during the fall games.
Tell me why though. I mean, I could care less about her, and I think she's so annoying, and I'm like so over it. Can someone tell me why I wanted so badly for her to do well then?
I don't know. You just want people to succeed.
I talk to my therapist.
No. It's you've been watching her for so long, and regardless of like who she is now.
Yeah.
Like, she was someone that you admired in the past.
Yeah.
And it makes sense to me. Like, sports are emotions, you know? Like, that's why. Yeah.
True.
I mean, it's really amazing to me, though, because she could have just retired after the 2019 World Cup and not, like, been so despised by a lot of people, but she just, like, kept going and kept doing, like, all this bullshit.
No one would have even known that she was in a cabin not paying attention to, the racial reckoning that we had in this on this globe.
Was she in a cabin, or did you just...
I think she was in the woods. I don't know what type of architecture it was.
Definitely fact checked us on the cabin for sure.
Fair enough. I'll go right now.
I was saying to you, I think all the listeners should go to her Instagram page just to look at it. I don't follow her, but she constantly shows up in my feed for whatever reason, even though I don't follow her. Because
it keeps sending you women's soccer stuff. That's
yes, why. Yeah. But her feed is like either a photo of her like kicking a ball, makes sense, or this or a really just like cheesy inspirational quote, and it's like a graphic of and it's just like, oh my god, stop.
It really is. She always says she hates people talking about her age and calling her old, but then she posts quotes with graphics on Instagram, and that's the oldest possible. But anyway, who cares? Enough about Carly. What else did we see that we liked?
Allison Felix.
Allison,
how cool!
Felix.
Setting another record.
She's the most decorated. Is it U.S. or all time? It might be all time female.
I think it's all time female.
It might be all time female and overall U.S. Track athlete. She got I think a gold and a bronze, maybe.
Sounds right.
This Olympics seems right. Who cares? Give it a Google. She got some medals.
Yeah.
The color does not matter. The fact is that she did, but they beat the other teams by like 4 seconds.
Oh my god, this was 4x1.
Ridiculous. Yeah, it was 4x400. I think
4x4.
Yeah, and they crushed them. And guess what? It was Cindy McLaughlin's birthday.
There we go.
And then after that was the basketball game, and I believe it was whose birthday was it? Asia Wilson or Skylar Diggins? It was someone's birthday.
Asia Wilson.
Both of theirs.
It was maybe her birthday on the gold medal game, and Skylar Diggins Smith a couple days earlier. Like they all had birthdays.
There were so many birthdays throughout the Olympics.
It was funny to me, that they were just both on the gold medal.
Do you guys hear this giant truck just
I do hear it, like there's just a truck going through your kitchen.
Oh my god, there's filming something outside. Well, they're probably done now.
It's happening. Now they're cleaning up. Our audio is just a real treat, I think, today, and it's fine. We're not professionals.
It's actually probably worse if I keep muting myself.
Yeah, I just leave it on. It's fine.
Oh no, our poor listeners' ears.
It's not. I think it's not as bad as you think it is. Like I hear it, but like it's not like. Stop the madness.
Thank you for that.
Oh,
really damn.
But like, how far could they be backing up? Is the question.
They probably have gone nowhere at this point. But so one cool thing though is that she ran her fastest, I don't know, 100 meters, whatever it was, 400 meters, post the end at this Olympics, and that was her first one post having a baby, which is so dang cool.
Crashed.
Yeah,
amazing.
Oh, the U.S. volleyball team won gold for the first time ever.
For the first time ever. A+ to them.
Wait, beach volleyball and regular?
Both. Beach volleyball's won gold before, but the indoor volleyball won gold for the first time ever. They were very good. What else did we have? Softball came away with the silver, which I can't remember if I warned of that in our last recording. I can't remember where we were, but remember, so they played Japan as the last game in the group rounds and beat Japan. And the second they beat Japan, I was like, oh no, because then they played Japan in the gold medal game, and I was like, Japan's pissed. Japan's going to win, and Japan did win. But our ladies came away with the silver. There was a pretty insane catch in the outfield to keep it to 2-0 when it could have been more. Saved a home run. Cool. Who was that? I don't remember. I'm sorry.
I am too.
I did not do my research for this, but it's fine. This is just an incentive for everyone else to turn to Siri and say, hey Siri, who the fuck caught that ball?
I'm sorry. I don't understand the question.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the truck.
I'm
beeping.
sorry. Please don't use that language with me. Yeah. Oh my God. Seriously, y'all. It sounds like they're getting farther away.
What else? Who else did we have big wins? We had Katie Ledecky pull off the first ever that 1500 meter, which is 30 laps of the pool. Everybody.
Oh my God, that's nuts.
Pulled it off, crushed it. She won the 8. I think she won the 800 as well. She wins those long ones, but Julia was right in our past podcast that there was an Australian creeping up on her, and she did win on the shorter races.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Ariana
Titmus? Yeah. Her coach, wild man, would make me a little nervous to be around. Just
his celebration.
But he was proud of her. And she's good. She is good.
She's
good. What else do we have? That girl from Alaska. What was her name? Lydia something? I'm sorry.
Oh, that sounds right. I know. It's been so long.
They watched them too.
She's got a gold medal.
I think people know not to come to us for like facts.
This is not why people come to us.
We're just telling you what we remember. Let us tell you how we felt. And I say the girl from Alaska,
so cute,
won a gold medal. Surprise to all. It was exciting. She came from behind. It was wild. We're proud of her.
Yeah,
so it was Alaska,
and she was young, and everybody
and she was, really
at home
surprised,
was really
wasn't she?
happy.
Yeah, apparently Alaska, the entire state of Alaska, only has one Olympic-sized swimming pool.
I heard she doesn't even train in it,
and she doesn't train in it. Yeah, she trains in one.
I probably heard it from you, LOL.
Maybe
in the last podcast.
Maybe we just watched the same.
Maybe
broadcast.
Maybe I feel like I was walking with someone and they told me, but my memory is.
That could, if that's the case, it wasn't me unless it was in your dreams.
Right. I do definitely have dreams that we go on walks together, though.
Oh, nice.
So it could be.
Oh, that's so sweet.
What else heartwarming things do we? Oh, skateboarding. Skateboarding is everything I dreamed of. Because I love when the athletes cheer for each other.
Oh my God, totally.
And when they're basically children.
Yeah,
they were everything.
Not even basically. They were children.
They are children.
All the winners were like 12 and 13 years old. But the one moment, one of the Japanese skateboarders fell on her last run, and it was like 1 second before it was over. So it was like she still scored very well. She still did well, but she fell on her last run and she was sad and she started crying. And then the American child and the Australian child lifted her up on their shoulders and carried her around while she laughed and had a great time and cheered her right up. And I did love it.
Oh,
I did love it.
Also,
the pictures of her on the shoulder.
Like, how genuinely blessed are we that in 6 months or less, we get a whole nother Olympics?
Yeah,
I know, but they're going to be in China, and I don't have it in me to wake up in the middle of the night again.
Oh,
no, we'll have.
But we also have. And what I am excited about too is in 2 weeks we have the Paralympics, and I think they're going to be a little bit easier to watch this year.
Oh, cool!
And I'm excited for them. I'm excited to watch those as well. So hopefully we can talk about those a little bit when they get rolling.
Amazing.
They start opening ceremonies is August 24th. I think they go through September 12th. I believe they will be aired on NBC Sports Network, which is basic cable. And they'll probably be on the website.
I bet there's stuff on Peacock too.
They'll probably be on Peacock. I know they're on the Olympic Channel, but the only person that has the Olympic Channel in the entire country is me, due to parents' cable. uh,
Wait, so that is different than what this was?
Paralympics?
No.
Well,
I was like, yeah.
I thought this was on
Different event.
NBC too.
No, Sports Network. I don't think it'll be on
NBC
main
Sports.
NBC.
This was on NBC. That's on NBC Sports. Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
NBC SN.
Right.
Yes, that is what
Okay.
I'm saying.
Got
Correct.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
Correct.
clarification.
Guys, I'm very sad to report that my headphones are dying.
Oh no.
Well, we are an hour and 15 in, so I think it's time that
They've
we
heard
wrap
enough
up.
of our speculation of what we remember.
Yeah, what was
What we're saying is we had a great time at the Olympics.
Yeah,
we're a
this
little
really was-
tired.
I have to say I had the best time watching this with all of you guys.
I am excited to report that now that they're over, Riverdale is back.
And Days of Our Lives as well. I have been watching, I'm about maybe 2.25 episodes into Gossip Girl, the original.
The original. Do you hate them all?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
I
think that they need to have I mean, they're going to be terrible anyway because it's 2007.
Right.
There will be.
I mean, Chuck's storyline, I'm sorry to this
Oh
actor.
my God, it's horrific. Yeah.
Really,
There will be-
really
yeah.
rough season for him.
There
so
will be
far.
some character growth. You'll like Chuck a little bit more for some points.
No, totally.
Yeah. For me,
of
that
course.
Gossip Girl is just like a time capsule.
Yeah,
Like,
It really is. There's
of-
one
yeah.
episode where they just have like this Guitar Hero competition, like riff.
oh my God.
It makes
between
me
two
sad
of
I didn't
them.
watch it
God.
real time.
But the soundtrack, A+.
Soundtrack is really good.
Yeah, new Gossip Girl.
Okay. One of my earbuds just died.
Okay,
Okay.
it's happening.
Can't you be on a phone
I'm
without?
so sorry.
Yeah, take your earbuds out.
Well, the generator's too loud.
Oh,
Oh. Well, take them out
Oh.
because let's just see. I just want to see. We'll stop recording. Maybe. I just want to see.
let's hear that puppy roar.
I can't
Did you
hear.
do it? Because I can't hear it.
Hello?
Hey,
Hello?
can you hear us?
Hi.
I do
Hi.
not
Hello?
hear the generator.
Nor do I, but I do hear
Maybe
Katie.
Hello?
she can't hear us because of
Oh,
the
you can't
generator.
hear us.
That's what she's been trying to tell us this whole
Oh, is
time.
that it? Really?
Maybe. I don't think she can hear us to tell us.
Okay, well, either way, we don't have to get into another like season
Uh.
of television on this episode.
We'll talk
We can
about
just call
Gossip
it
Girl
here.
another time.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
All right. I love you guys so much. Happy sports to you all. Great work on this Olympics. I think we really
wish you
nailed it.
well.
Gold medals to us all, I believe.
Yeah.
And okay, and we have lost Katie.
Katie has died. Again,
We're
Katie has
hoping to get a guest
passed
on
away.
maybe one of these episodes coming up, so look out for
Yeah.
that.
And we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Like, for example,
so
throughout the
much.
Olympics, Athletes Unlimited lacrosse happened. It might still be happening, but I missed it because I was busy watching the Olympics. I'm sorry, lacrosse. Lots of stuff happened. Lots of stuff wrapped up.
Yeah, we'll have to catch up on lacrosse because I was thinking about it the other day and like
Yeah.
sad
Watch
that I like
some,
missed most of it.
watch some back. Figure it out. We'll
Yeah.
get there. We'll talk
And-
about it next time, I promise.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well we'll see everybody then. And in the meantime, get some sleep. Bye.
Bye-bye.
She's good.
This has been a production of Planet Amp Podcast, powered by Pinecast.